So yesterday we were understanding about the data models of this Excel, and today we will learn the data validation and little few more things in the data Power Query. So I think Venkatanaga. So is this your first demo sessions? And Tanusoni?
Yes,
Yeah.
today only I joined.
So what about Tanu?
Yes, ma'am.
So you can go through with the external recording sessions. Tanu and also Venkatanaga Padma. So we will continue with the sessions, okay? There are other students who are waiting for that. So may I know your quick introduction, Tanu and Padma? Tanu? Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. My name is Tanusoni. I'm from Raipur, Chhattisgarh,
Mm-hmm.
and currently I'm preparing for this data analyst.
Okay, perfect, Tanu. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
And yeah, Padma, can you please introduce yourself?
Yes, my name is Padma. I'm from Guntur. Completed BTech in ECE, and I
Okay.
am preparing for data analyst now.
Perfect. Hence, you are having the zero knowledge into the work experience. So hence you are a student. So this domain would be a good fit for you. So whether you are from IT or non-IT, so you'll be getting all the privileges out here from this particular course. Okay. So in today's sessions, we will learn in data analysis. So the data validation is very important, correct? So what is this data validation? Data validation refers to today's concept, data validation. What is this data validation? Why this data plays a vital role? Why validation is very important? The validation is nothing but the cross check in the sense whether our quality of data whatever we record in the organizations whether it is in a good phase or not. Okay, that is one of the first foremost important thing. And the second one, the quality we have to check with that. Okay, so how do we do that? For an instance, you are the analyst. Okay, for an example I'm giving you, that is you can take it as an assignment question only. So you are working as an analyst for the company so and so. Okay, where you have to collect the employee informations. Fine, you have to collect the employee informations through Excel. Okay, where you have to, so this is a scenario. So you are working as a data analyst for some company. Let it be the non-IT or tech. So you have to gather the employee information through Excel, and you have to design the template with the following fields. So what are the following fields here? So I'll write it out the fields. One is employee, that is EMP ID. Fine. So this is EMP ID and name column and department. Fine. So department, date of joining. So you want to share this particular Excel and then you have to collect the data from different sources. So now there is a salary, email ID. Fine. Contact number. So these are all the attributes, the fields we are having. Fine. Okay. So now what is your task as a data analyst? As I told you, you will be sharing this Excel sheet to the different team members where they have to fill all these things as their data. Okay. So here, how can we perform? So here, what does it says? In employee ID, in employee ID, it must have only the 6 characters. Okay. So here for this column, what is the rule? The organization or the stakeholders gives you That is, it should be only the 6 characters. At that time, how do you evaluate the things? Right? So here what you have to do, so you have to select some of the cell. Suppose here I'll add 30 students, 30 employees. So go to the data tab. Okay. So now click on data validation. Again, data validations over here. So now you can see the dialog box of data validations pop up. So now in the set, there are three divisions over here. One is settings, input message, and also error alert. So these are the three actions what we can do it in the data validations. That is validations creation. So which allows, what are the options we are having? We are having any value, whole number, decimal, list, date, time, text functions. Okay, so these are the guide what we are having for data validations. So here what happens, employee id, since it is an employee id, first we have to navigate for the data tab, data validation. So here we are having in the allow, we are having the custom. So click on the custom. So here we supposed to write with some formulas. Okay, so here I'll write and length should be the similar one. So here I'll select A2 as a cell references. It should be equal to 6. Okay, and from left side, that is A2 comma 3 characters, it should always be equal to emp, and close the parenthesis. What is this? This is a syntax what I'm giving the rules and restrictions we can give it for the employee ID. And now we just give okay, or else if you want to add the input message, you can add enter a 6 character ID starting with emp. For example, emp001. Okay, so it should start like this and give okay. Right, so here if you write emp001, if I write any other characters, it gives me error. Okay, so apart from this restriction, this rules and regulations, I can't go beyond that. Only we have to restrict to that only. So it should start with emp. Function 2 is a shortcut key to enable the editing mode for that. So here like this I can rewrite. Okay, so this is what the rules and regulations that data validation deals with. Like this, you have to add it for every column based on the situations of the requirements given by the stakeholders. So here what did we do now till now? So in the employee ID, okay, so in the employee column, so we have made some of the privileges out here, that is enter 6 characters ID starting from emp. For example, emp001. So this is the reference what we are giving for the user, whoever he writes. Okay, apart from this I can't write pme. This is not a proper way. Okay, so this is what data validation refers to for this column, and you can drag out here. Okay, so that is also a provisions you can hold it. Okay, so now what happens, the next column? So what is the thing here in the name column? The name column should only be the text value. Okay, So here the restriction is in the name column, I should not write any numbers. It should be only include of the text value. Okay. So at that time, what we have to do, we have to again select some of the rows. So here I'll choose from here till 15 records. You can see it out here. Again, in the name column, what is the rule says? It should be having only the text value. Instead of text value, it should not include any other values like numbers or combination of both. It should not include. So this is the one scenario we are having. So how do you solve this? So here again, you have to select the data. So here till here. So go to the data tab again. Here, data validation, click on it. So again, customize. Okay, for this column we are adding. So customize. In this again, we have to write with the formula. Okay, so customize. Formula I can write is equal to is error okay sum of all the products which is equal to is null or else is number and mid p2 comma the row which is indirect length p2 close outer parenthesis and inner parenthesis and 1 enter text only number are not allowed. Okay, now you can give okay. So once it is done, so if in case I write here Venkata, so here the value doesn't match with the restrictions, it gives us an error. So it should be text only. So let me give here Eshwari. So it is giving error. So let me cross check. Okay, did I write that one? Okay, again go back to the validation. Edit this one. Okay, it is not accepting. So data validation. Customize one more time is error. Some product is number mid row should be indirect. Okay, and here the length.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Formula will be fixed or it will depend upon us how to fill that.
No, formula will be fixed for some of the instances. Like if in case you want to fill only the numbers in that validation, at that time there is a different formula. So this validation, so here you have to customize only with the cell numbers. Rest of the other functions are same. So here I'll give you in the text box one more time. So I'm writing the formula is, okay, so is error, sum of product, and again hyphen hyphen, so is number. So after writing this is number, so here you have to choose what is a cell in the mid functions, that is cell references B2, comma, and in the row wise it should be an indirect fill. That's why we have to write with the indirect. Okay, so here open parenthesis again 1, because it starts filling with that. So again ampersand, colon, colon, again ampersand. So here length of B2, close all the parentheses, comma 1, close it again, plus 0, hyphen, hyphen. So now input message is fine for this and give okay. So let me try here. Value doesn't match with the validation. So why it is getting this error? Okay, let me select all this. Okay, there is something error in it. Let me close this one. Okay. So here again undo. So I'll do that one more time. So let us continue with this. So I think some syntax error with that formula. I'll just cross check and I'll update you. So here when it comes to the department, what happens in the department, we have to add up with all the list of the departments which is available in the organization, right? So in an organizations, what are the departments will be having? So apart from that department, it should any of the employees should not select other departments. So to customize that, again, we are having one of the list data validations out here. So Control Shift. So here, what I'll do, I'll select this entire cell till 18. So again, validation. You can directly click on here, list. Okay. So here you may write HR department, comma IT department, comma finance department, and marketing, sales, automation, and so on. So here also you can write with the input message that choose a department from the list. So now you can see the drop down out here. So if you share this sheet, so whoever working with the respected department, they'll start filling it with, correct? So this is again one of the list data validation process. So again, so this is a kind, so where you can fill it automatically. So, and here we are having the date of joining. So what is this date of joining? Basically, date of joining is nothing but we will be restricting. Suppose this sheet only includes the January date. Apart from that, I don't want to add any of the month details over here. So to select the date, also we can section. So let's select the column and go to the data validation. So here between is one of the functions we are having, that is between, or else whole number we have to choose, or else the date also we can choose, date between. You have to mention, suppose you want to add only the January month details of the employee, so I should not or else I can make 1/12/2025, fine. So now you can give okay, and input message also you can give. If in case, what is this error alert? In this error alert, what happens? So here, this is the input message what you have given. So if in case in the input message, okay, so I'll write enter valid date between Jan to December 2025. Okay, so now give okay. So now I'll give 14 or else 12, 3, 20, sorry, so what it is? Yeah, 12, 4, 20, 25. So it takes with it. So if I give the same scenario, 8, 9, 20, 25 or else 2026. So it gives me an error. So apart from that Jan to December, whatever the between criteria to update the date we have given, so only they have to fill with that details only. So if it is going beyond that, so it will gives us an error. So if you manage that error message, so what you have to do it, again select the cell, cancel, and here you can select again the same cell. So click on data validations. Here error alert. So stop the style, warning, and information. We are having three kinds. You can give the information title for date. Okay. So here, please update your date of joining between Jan to December 2025 and give OK. So now it's fine. So if in case I add any other number randomly, so it will give me an error. Whatever we have written, that is, please update your date of joining between Jan to December 2025. Okay, so this is again another method where we can give the restrictions for the date of joining. And when it comes to the salary, even the salary will be having some of the conditions. So what are those conditions for salary? We can add it off. That is the whole number we can add. So salary of the department. So it will be the minimum value and also the maximum value. It depends on the organization standards, right? So here we can take the salary as 20,000 to 1 lakh. Okay, so let us take. So all the persons has to update their salary who is sitting above 20,000 and below 1 lakh. Okay, so this is the provision what we are making, and this is the restrictions. This can be anything. So here what happens? So in the salary column, select all these things. Go back here for data validation. In the settings, we can give here whole number. Okay, so and between we can rewrite between 20,000 to 1 lakh. Okay, so between 20,000 to 1 lakh, and if you want to give the input message, you can give it out, or else the error message also you can give. So if you haven't filled, automatically this error message will be pop up, but input message you have to customize it accordingly. And here, okay. So salary rule says that I can add from 20,000 to 1 lakh. So here what I'll do, I'll add 25,000 and give OK. So it's taking. If I go beyond or lesser than 20,000, like 10,000, so it will give us an error. So it is against the rules because we want to filter the employee details with this restrictions. That is with this rules. Okay. So this is what the data validation concept for salary column, date column, department column. So this is very important. That is email. So how do you write the customized formula for the column email, right? So here in the email, it should include, the rule says that it should include at the rate and also .com. Okay, so whatever the site it might be, the .com is very important, and .in, .net, so all those things will work. So now we'll write with the customized formula for that. So firstly, we'll select the cells. Okay, so from E2 to E18. Okay, so again go to the data validation, click on settings. So here instead of any value, we have to choose custom. Okay, customize means we will be customizing the data set over here, how it has to be represented. So now after writing the customize, so we have to write with the formula for this as well. So how do we write with the formula for this? So here it starts with the and, so customize. So now equal to and, okay, so and, so now again is number, search for at the rate in the return validations, and you have to give the cell references, that is E2 in E2 cell, and close this. And the second condition says that is number search, in the strings you have to write .com, where in the same E2 cell. So now you can close with the inner parenthesis and the outer parenthesis, and again you can write the number range specific. Okay, E2 search at rate E2, okay, is number search .com yeah, and now name range you specific can be found. Okay, there is some error, so let me rewrite. So this is one of the problem what we face in the Excel. So if you navigate with the right arrow and left arrow for editing, it will be taking other cell references. So if it takes like that, so it will again create as a problem with the formula execution. Now write with and. Okay, so is number is a formula where we can use it for multiple purpose, like to search, to find, and also to override with the formulas. So search at the rate, comma, E2 is a cell references. So now close the parenthesis and comma is number and again search E2. So again close this and give OK. Okay, why it is showing this error? Let me take this one. Like in yesterday's session for other batch did with the same topic. So let me rewrite over here as well and give OK. Yeah, it's working. So yeah. So now here I'll write Venkatesh at the rate gmail.com. So it accepts over here. This is a scenario what we have wanted to achieve here. So once it is done, again Rupesh, okay, Rupesh at the rate gmail.com. Even this also accepts, but here now Durga at the rate just I'll add it. So even this is also it's taking. So at the rate or else either at the rate or either .com it should be happen. So again, if I write anything like this, so why it is showing this error? So let me cross check with the validation. So fine. So apply this input message. Okay. Customize. And we have to restart with this. So it's not working out here, but the formula is same. Okay, the formula says that, so it should include whatever the text we add. So it should include at the rate and .com. So if any employee missed to write that, so it will throw us as an error. Okay, so this is one of the important thing. I'll give you the formulas in the chat box. Okay, so you can try with that. So here the, okay, why it is happening, because the cell references are different. So instead of this F2, so we can give E2 over here. So that is, so copy this one and paste it. So what is the cell references here? That is E2, correct? E2 I can edit, and here also I can make it out as E2. So copy this one more time and add it out here. Okay, so this is the one thing you can make a use of. So data validation. So here select all the cell, paste this one and give OK. Yeah, might be now it will work. Yeah. So now you can see it is not the rule what we have designed for. So now the similar way. So here what happens? It should include, so Durga. Okay, only I'll write Durga. So it will gives me an error. So now if I write Durga with at the rate Durga at the rate gmail.com. Okay, so it will accept. So instead of writing email, just I'll write randomly and at the rate gmail.com. Okay, so it is not existing, but still. So if I write, so it accepts that also. But we can only restrict with the at the rate and .com, which is mandatory in the email. So that is one of the thing. And when it comes to the contact number, it should be always equal to, in the sense it should be always equal to, the length of the text should be always equal to 10 digits. So in this case, how we can make a use of, so here we can add the text length out here, only the numerical value. So go to the data validations. So here in the settings, we can select the text length. So it should be equal to, okay, it should be equal to 10. So if you go beyond the 10, so it will gives you an error. Okay. So similarly, if you write only the 10 digits, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. So it will accept. Apart from that, if you go beyond the text, so then it gives you an error. This value doesn't match with the data validation restrictions defined for this cell. Getting, so what all we learned now? So we learned how to add the restrictions for date, how to add the restrictions for salary column, how to add the restrictions for email column, that is email ID, and for locations, for contact numbers, and also for the EMP, that is employee ID. And the last one we are supposed to write with this one, the name column, right? So the name. So in the name, what happens? Again, we can select the same entire thing. So here, so choose this and give the cell references out here, which is relevant to this. What is the cell references here? We are having this name column is in G. Okay, so here wherever we are having the B, so you have to rewrite with G column. Okay, so G, and the same thing here also, G2. Okay, so once the formula is edited, so this formula is for name, the length of the name, it should only includes the characters, it should not include any numbers in it. So again, here, go back to the data validations. So here you can choose for name column, it will be the customize. So formula you can write, just paste this one and give OK. Okay, so now it is there. So if I write numbers, so it gives me an error. So if I write any characters, so it will, both also it is restricting. Why it is done? Okay, so is null, mid, value, the row, and the line. Okay, so here one more thing we can make it out. So we can write one more formula that is equal to is number and we can match all the true values is number, again mid, G2 is the cell references, and the row indirect 1 colon string ampersand. So after that we can update with the length len, again G2 close parenthesis, outer parenthesis, these three, this parenthesis, whatever we have been written for indirect to this, it has a 3 characters, 3 subdivisions, so 3 parentheses out here, and comma 1 into 1 again, parenthesis, comma 0, parenthesis. If again, this is not working, so then we can go for one more formula. So let me select this one, copy, and go back to the Excel, select entire sheet or entire cell. So data validation, remove this formula, paste it and give OK. Again, it is showing the same error. Okay, fine. So let us check with this. I think Sukhwinder, so a new participant has suggested one of the formula for this. So let us try with that. So go back to the data validations, select the cell references, and again, so paste this one. So no, even that is not working.
Right? It is in A1 and A1.
Yes, Sukhwinder?
I think in the to change. So it is saying A1 for me. I think you have to change G2.
Yeah, 1 second. So you haven't changed with the cell references, right? That is G2 will make it out. and over here as well, we'll make it out G2. Okay. So now the formula looks good. So is number search for AZ. Okay. Fine. So now copy this one. Go back to the validation. Right. So here select all the references. And here select this and paste and give OK. So now I can write Rupesh. Oh no, even this is not working. So 1 second. The last and final formula, we can try with that. So equal to is error equal to is error and SEARCH search for 0 to 9. Close the parenthesis and again G2. Okay. Yeah, now it's working. But it is taking the numbers also. Okay. If this is the case, so we can use with the alternative, that is only with the message info. We can add it only enter alphabetic names. Numbers are not allowed. Okay. So like this, we can write it out. So the same thing will be followed out here. So enter only the alphabetical names. So I can write here Tanu. So it will accept. I can write here Venkata. Right. So it accepts. So like this. Okay, so this is how we can make the use of data validation concept, which is very important. And meanwhile, yeah. So meanwhile, so we'll understand how to scrap the data from the web pages. So what is this data scrapping? Data scrapping is a process where we can fetch the data from the different websites to read and analyze the competitor. Suppose for an example, we can take it out. Amazon is one of the company. It is a e-commerce company, and also the Flipkart is its competitor company, where it is also an e-commerce brand. So what happens here? You have to analyze the pricing details and you have to analyze the marketing trends for both of the competitors if you are working with either of the organizations. Okay, so what is the first and foremost things you have to do? So here from web, okay, so in the data tab we are having the Power Query. So from web page, so what you will do, you'll extract the data from. Okay, so here there are two kinds, one is basic and one is advanced. So what you will do in basics? So in the basics you'll add the URL. Suppose for an example, here I'll go for the Chrome and I'll choose this one. Okay, so this is a website of the syllabus. I'll just copy with this URL. Okay, and after copying this URL, so paste it out here. Okay, so once you paste it, give OK. So it starts connecting with the web page, right? So it takes little time, but you can see it out here. It is navigating to that. Okay, so now you can see there is a HTML code for all the courses and also the display text over here. Okay, so this we can use it to scrap it. So if you want to get the data from, and what are the things they have been used? They have been used for the designs JavaScripts they have been written for the web designing, and also here loans for customers. So what is this? This is a syllabus. Okay, so by using this context, how the texts are displayed over here, we can fetch that. Okay, the content of the web page, so we can easily get the things. So now what I'll do, I'll just select this particular display text. Okay, and then I will extract it. Okay, select multiple items. You can go through with this one. Okay, and load the data first. Okay, so loading in the sense you'll be redirecting directly to your Excel sheet. So now it's started connecting with the table. So now it's processing with the load option. So it takes little time to process it. So but it will do that. Okay, so now one more time. So yeah, so here we are having, so double tap on that connection. So now it has been loaded. So now if you want to go back to the table, back to table, right? So here again, close and load. So it's loading now. One more time, web. Okay, paste the URL and give okay. So once it is done, so sometimes some of the website it doesn't allow with the loading of the data because of the security and policies. Some of them we can extract. So if you want to see the web view, you can see the web view in your Excel only. Okay, so this is one of the provisions we are having, which is there inside the Power Query editor, right? So now if you want to view with the table view, so there are two tables. One is with the course details. You can see it out here, and another one table which says that okay, whether some of the informations of the videos. Okay, so 5200 plus free videos are available from the DurgaSoft. Okay, so you can enhance your knowledge into the different domains by reading the free recordings of free videos. This is one of the provisions what they are giving. So if in case I don't want to get this data from here, from this website, I'll go for here other open websites. Suppose I may go here www.amazon Prime Video or else Prime Music or Prime India. So whatever it might be, let it be the Prime Video. So let me open with the Prime user. Okay. So here if I copy this URL, okay, I'll copy this URL now. So I'll go back to this from web page, paste this and give OK. So now you can see I have one of the dialog box, access web content. Do you want to access the web content of this particular web page of Prime Video? Give yes to connect. So here there are web APIs and all the different things. So you can connect accordingly. So it's creating a connections. Again the web data, so the web view also you can see it out here. Okay, so and display text, if you click on display text, there is a display text. The web view for that also you can see easily with that. So if you refresh, see HTML code. So if you want to extract this one, load. See, now it has been loaded. So external data, HTML code. So if you wanna make it as a one view, so you can give it as a web scrap wrap text. So it will be applicable out here. See, like this. So this is what the coding of that particular web page. Why this is important? To read and analyze the differences between the web pages. Okay, so this is the data scrapping. So here, this is not only this one. So if you navigate for other different competitors of your organizations, if you wanna fetch the data, so you can do that in the same way. So there are three kinds of web scrapping. One is with the open source library, that is Beautiful Soap, you can use, and another one is with the Excel, and one more with writing the Python programming language code to automate the things. You can do that. So these are the three ways where we can extract the data from the web pages. And one more thing, so I just wanted to let you know, there is one more concept called as Google Analytics. What is this Google Analytics basically? So Google Analytics is an analytics where we can understand the performance of the web page. And before knowing that, so here this is the website we have been scrapped with the HTML code. Okay, so now I just want to update over here. Okay, so what are the tools and technologies has been used to build this web pages? So this is also very important. So here this is an extension, the Chrome extension called as Vapalizer. You have to go back to the extension of the Chrome, and you have to enable this Vapalizer extension. So if you enable that extension, so it will read this website, what are the tools and technologies they have been used for. So here you can see they have been used the security called HSTS, and again the CoreJava, jQuery as a JavaScript library, and again the open graphs are miscellaneous, and they are used the platform as a service as AWS, hence it is a AWS only. And later on CDN, so that is Amazon Cloud Front. Okay, so this is one of the tools and technology what they have been used. This is related to the prime web page. Okay, and if I go here for DurgaSoft, so if I extract over here with the Vapalizer, so here you can see they have been used so many tools. So for security, they haven't used any of them. But for advertising purpose, they have been using for Google Ad streams, double click ads, right? And operating systems they are using with the Windows Server, and programming language PHP they have designed with this website, right? And also web framework what they are using, it is Microsoft ASP.NET. And the security, yeah, reCAPTCHA is the security they are using with this web platform. And also for JavaScripts, they have been used with the AMP framework. So what is this AMP framework? If you click on this, so it will redirect you for this AMP. So what is this originally based out of? And if you click, so here there is a analysis of the web pages what you can do it. So how many traffics it is gaining from the web AMP, all these things. So if it creates any leads or not, so how it is there, so which country, right? So this is something called as the data extractions from the different web pages you can make it out. So whether they are the freshers, or whether the company size is how much, and the languages, right? So again, what are the keywords they're using? So this is actually For us, it doesn't view it. So for who, they are having the admin access of this AMP, right? So they can access all the information. This is just a guide where the lead list will be added in the website and the context. Okay, so in the backend, so we can have all the list. So if in case, so you want to go with the API, okay. So API, automated technical lookups with the API, right? So Vaporizer is integrated with that, and this is actually the code for that. Okay, so like this, so this is actually in depth the top level knowledge, so what all we have to go with. So apart from this, so whoever joined today for the demo sessions, please go through with the previous recordings. So for the basic understanding of what is data and what are the types of data and why the data are very important, what are the organizations or the industries the data are applicable. So all those things you can have a, you know, idea on. So and when it comes to the tools and technology, what all you are covering out here, so we will be covering Excel, okay, the spreadsheet Excel in deep, and then with the advanced formula and also the macros and VBA we are learning out here. And the programming language, we will learn the Python, and in the Python, a few of the students will ask, will do we learn entire Python programming language? So the answer would be no. So we have to learn the basic Python program with 4 open source library, so in depth. So only that is enough for the programming language to work on, to practice on to the real time. And when it comes to the SQL, so SQL is nothing but it is a structured query language, where we to retrieve the data, to fetch the data, so we can learn to write the queries in a different ways and different forms, right? Apart from that, yeah. Next, the visualizations tools. So here, the tab view and also the Power BI. So any one of them, if you learn, so then it would be easy for you to analyze with the both of the visualizations. So in this curriculum, we are learning the Power BI. Okay. So and then, so just a second. Yeah. And again, the SQL part will be learning out here from basic to advanced. If you are a fresher, or if you are like, having some intermediate knowledge into the database, both will work. So we'll be starting with the scratch and we'll be ending with the advanced level. Okay. So this is what the SQL concept, which is very important to land into the IT domain. That is SQL. And the second tool very important is Python programming language and the different library. And the third one, any of the visualizations tool, whether it is Power BI, whether it is Tableau, Looker, Grafana, AWS QuickSight, any of them is fine, well and good. Okay, so these are the things. And along with that, the fundamentals of Python. So here, as I told you, so should not learn entire thing for to become a data analyst. So what is required? So these libraries are very much required to do the analysis. To become a proficient in this libraries, we should learn all these basics. Okay. So and along with that, we'll be understanding with the AI tools, the chat GPT integration to automate our task very easily. So that is one of the core component out here. Apart from that, we are learning also, like, the basics, the understanding of the AWS cloud services. So here we are having, that is AWS Kinesis, AWS RDS, Glue, Athena, right? So all these things we are going to learn here. So this is very important. And the competitive tools. So if you learn all these things, you'll stand alone for the job out of the market. Okay. So this is very important. And yeah, along with that, we'll be provided with the assistance of the resume building with interview preparations, questions also given to you during the classes with notes, and the recordings will be given and access to you for I think more than 1 year, right? 6 months to 1 year access will be given to you. So this is entire end-to-end syllabus concepts, and also regarding the today's concept, that is data validation and also the web scraping. So any doubts so far for you all? Rupesh, Sai, and Sukinder, Tanu, Venkata.
Yeah, ma'am, I have about AWS.
Sorry, your voice is breaking.
Yeah, AWS contents. Can you please show me that?
AWS content, we are learning here the overview of all the tools, that is S3 bucket, right? How to create a S3 bucket and how to dump all the records in it, and how to create the EMR cluster plus, and how we can navigate the process for cleaning process, the data preparations, and also how we can load the same data into the uh, Redshift, that is the database. So where all the raw data can be recorded in the S3. It depends on the company standard, so it is not defined as it should be stored in S3 only. So initially, first we'll integrate, like the raw data will be stored in one place, and after cleaning, after pre-processing the data with the help of AWS Glue and AWS Athena, so we have to transform the clean data into the processed data, right? So there we can again evaluate the data, the quality of the data, and then we can use it. So Athena will be used as the SQL workbench. Whatever the query we write, it will fetch the data from the database. Okay. So here again in between we are having the SQL engine, where the SQL engine works the logical executions and also the user defined executions both.
Thanks, ma'am.
And others, any doubts?
Hey, hi. So I have one, and it's regarding to that data scraping. So we are getting the data from web pages, right? So
Mm-hmm.
how we can utilize that data since it is not an organized format, right? It's unorganized. So how will be helpful for us to analyze the data, and so after that we need to schedule in that structure format, or how it will be?
Yes, yeah. So once we scrap the data, we have to again clean that data, we have to reorganize, and we have to pre-process. So this is the way. So this is the method of web scraping, is a method of data collections. We have a data, but it is not in a structured form. So that what we have to do, we have to clean that into the structured data, and then we have to use it for analysis.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. So yeah. Well, we shall wind up for today's demo class, and also today's concept. Rupesh, I just want your, the email address to connect with you for the regarding the notes, and also the, sending of the assignments to you. Hence, you have been registered already. So Durgasoft management will create a group for connecting with the students and sharing of all the necessary documents, and also the required, assistance will be provided by them, like the recording videos, the drive access, and all. So yeah.
Okay, so should I share my email over here,
Yeah.
or I guess
Yeah.
my email with Durgasoft already. So should I again paste it over here, or it will be good?
Yeah, so you can paste it over here. You can chat me directly out here in the chat box. I'll just save it and I'll just provide them to create a group. So your email address and the phone number both.
Okay, 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 then sure. Yeah.